What's up? Just kind of going live to go live. Kind of going live to go live. It's a little bit foggy out. I'm not too happy with this Pennsylvania weather. Pennsylvania weather is terrible, dude. One day it can be like summer. The next day it can be straight like Antarctica, where it's straight frosty as a muff up in here. And I did not. So do not even try to demonetize that. I self-censored myself. But it's limiting my activities outside. I love doing activities outside. I don't have bunk beds, so I can't do as many activities inside. If you know what movie that's from, you could type down below. Lots of activities. No, I want to do activities outside. I have lots of stuff to do outside. I have been doing a lot of stuff with RC cars. Anybody play with RC cars? Anybody mod RC cars? I think my latest video, I put these teeny tiny tires. AIB, what up, what up, what up? Kevin Matthews, what is going on? I appreciate you checking in early in the morning. With J Drone, aka the Vanilla Pencil. Don't ask me why I dub myself the Vanilla Pencil. The first time I did dub myself the Vanilla Pencil, I'll tell you, I was going through a Starbucks. They said, "How? What can I help you with?" I told them I'd like a Pike's Place. I'd like a Pike's Place, a little bit of vanilla, like the creamer, a little bit of vanilla cream, and like 7 sugars. What's your name? You can call me the Vanilla Pencil. She started laughing. The barista started laughing. Here's the challenge to y'all. Anytime you do go through Starbucks, give them a fake name. Tell them you're Princess Peach. Tell them you're Pinocchio. One time I went through, I told him I was SpongeBob, right? So I told the barista I was SpongeBob. So we get up to the front. He's like, "Oh, do you also live in a pineapple under the sea?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, for real. My name's SpongeBob. My mom named me SpongeBob. I get ragged on it all the time. I don't know why she would have named me Sponge. Dude, he was feeling for me. He was feeling for me. He bought it hook, line, and sinker. Right? But next time I came around, I did not know it was still him. I didn't know it was him. I thought it was a different barista. Dude's like, asked me what I want, and I told him what I want. And then he says, what's your name? And I said, "Oh, it's me, Mario." And then I get up. He's like, "Oh, I thought your name was SpongeBob." Dude, he was hooked. But anyway, yeah, activities, man. I got lots of drones to fly. I got a bunch of RC equipment, grounded RC stuff, which it's trendy. It's really trendy with me. I don't really stick with it. It's generally like 1 or 2 month type thing that I'm doing RC cars on the ground, modding them, I'm doing videos. It's a different type of video. Drone videos, I could put on a hat cam. I could click record on the camera on the drone, but RC stuff on the ground, I actually set up a tripod on the ground, even when it's freezing out. Generally use my phone or an action camera, click record, do buzz buys. Did anybody see the last video that I did with the itty bitty little tires on the front of the RC car? They're fun. They're a lot of fun. That was actually a quick video. I wasn't actually doing a YouTube video, but because of how quick it went, I decided, yeah, I'm gonna post this. And how absurd the tiny tires were on top of, like, right up front. That was just absurd. How did you get a good aim with the hat cam? So my hat cam, I don't have it with me. I'm actually still in bed. Dude, you're talking to me in bed. Robert, what's going on? So my hat cam, my initial setup was a straight mount through the brim where you could not adjust it. Now my setup, I actually have I have a nut that goes through the brim, and then there's a piece that connects on it, and I can move my hat cam up and down like that to get the perfect spot. Right now, my hat cam probably needs to be adjusted. It's actually tilted down just a little bit, but again, super easy. I just unthread, turn it up, thread it in tight. I do have a video showing my hat cam setup. I also have a video showing, if you don't have any action cameras, how to set up your cell phone as a hat cam. I've done that many times when I've been on the road mobile, because a lot of times the Wi-Fi just sucks. Or like when I was traveling Route 66, I didn't have Wi-Fi. I was dependent on my mobile device. Yeah, definitely check it out. Just type in JDrone hat cam. You'll definitely find it. But having your cell phone strapped to your head, record, bam, done, stop recording. You can edit it on your phone, you can load it to YouTube, bam, it's king. It is absolutely king. I don't know why. I should actually have two hat cams. If I had two hat cams, where one was set up for cell phone and the other one was set up for action cam, I'd probably use Perth West Oz, the man from down under in the house. What's up, brother? I would probably use the cell phone a little bit more because it's easier to edit and upload off of a cell phone versus action cam. Pop the SD card out. Cell phone would be perfect. Yeah, just look up J Drone Hat Cam. I'm pretty sure both of them will come up. I show how to do both of them. It's really simple. And like I said, the cell phone, dude, cell phone loading is great. Any other YouTubers in here besides Mr. Perth West Oz? So, yeah, the weather, man. The weather outside is frightful. It is not delightful. I don't want it to snow because I can't do nothing outside. Crystal picking. I got heavy into crystal picking. Look, you can see a crystal formation like right there, right by my finger that's waving. Bam! That's actually my wife's little curtain that she got. Yeah, dude, I crystal picking. I haven't been crystal picking forever. The last time I went crystal picking, I tapped out at 3 hours. I tapped out like I was in a fight, dude. The wind and the cold got to me that bad, and I'm pretty durable. I couldn't be out there no longer. So it's really limiting YouTube videos, especially now that I'm kind of basically doing a full-time job doing masonry, where I get home and it's dark and it's freezing cold. I'm really limited on what I can do. Did you fly any waterproof drones? Yes. Again, you could type in J Drone waterproof drone. There's a Maxbo drone that I flew. Maxbo company kind of came in and dipped out. A lot of like other companies have as well. Like what's that one company? With the I can't think of it. It was a yellow drone that I put an FPV camera in the mouth. I can't remember the company's name. A lot of companies come in and come out really quickly. Maxbo was in and out quicker than I think anybody. But the Maxbo drone was a really cool looking drone. H2O, main one, toy grade SEMA. Yes, and I was going to say, I definitely did the GP Toys waterproof drone. I've also done the Maxbo drone. I forget what it's called. There's another one that JJRC and another company, the other company had a red one. JJRC had the green one. I can't think of the name, maybe like H something. Perth West probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. Bam, Perth West just said JJRC. It was one that they actually, in the advertisement, they cut the propellers, they stomped on the drone, and it still flew. I never got around to cutting the propellers on it. I never got around to stomping the drone. I did squeeze it pretty heavy. It did seem pretty durable. But yeah, waterproof drones are cool. The only thing that you have to worry about is the connection to the battery, because the board could be waterproof, the drone could be waterproof. A lot of the times they're not hooking us up with waterproof connections. So if you fully submerge the drone, you're shorting batteries out because your connection from the battery to the drone itself is not waterproof. I must have killed probably 8 to 12 batteries with what was it, H2O Aviax maybe? I think that's what it was from GP Toys. I submerged that, like straight up. I played with it like it was a boat. I put it in water till it was just about sunk. I flew out of it. I was trimming around the water. Yes, they're okay to fly in the rain, but here's another thing. You have a waterproof drone, even if you had the Swell Pro. The Swell Pro is a more hobby grade waterproof drone. Are you waterproof? Do you like to get wet? Do you like to be in the rain? I don't. That's why I don't use my waterproof drones often, because I'm not waterproof and I don't like being wet. Now, if you have a nice garage that you could stand in and you just want to cruise out and do that type of thing, absolutely. You definitely could do that. So what I'm really interested in right now, because it's a little bit easier, is the grounded vehicles, grounded RCs type vehicles. I love modifying toy grade ones to hook up to like a Jumper T8SG or a Fly Sky squeeze trigger radio, and it's so simple to do. All you have to buy two components. You have to buy three things. You got to buy a junky RC car from wherever. If you got a Radio Shack that's still around, we don't have them here. A Kmart, if they're still around, we don't have them here. We don't got nothing around here. Or a Walmart. We got Walmarts out the wild. wazoo. So you go to the store, you get a RC car. Same here, brother. Dude, I love modding RC cars, especially junky ones. But yeah, all you got to do is get a junky RC car from Walmart, Kmart, Radio Shack, whatever you got, and you pop them open. Yes, run them on the THSG. Dixie's Undertale, what is going on? And then all you got to do is open them up. You're going to have 4 wires. You're going to have 4 wires, 2 that comes from the front, 2 that comes from the back. The 2 that come from the front is your steering. It's generally a small motor with a gear on it. It's a positive and negative. The one that comes from the back is for your wheels. It's for your powertrain. It's a positive and negative. You just get brushed servo, or not brushed servo, excuse me, brushed ESC. That's it. You need brushed ESCs. Preferably get the ones without the brake, because if you get ones with brake, you throttle forward, and then you want to just jump backwards, you can't because there's a brake on it. Get the ones without the brake, and then you just plug it into like a fly sky receiver. Put the steering on channel 1. Put your throttle, your drivetrain, your back motor on channel 2. You connect your jumper. You connect your Tranus. If you have a module in the back of it, you connect your fly sky radio. Dude, you have epic range, you have proportional throttle. A lot of times, even with that junky little motor up front, it'll give you some type of proportional steering. And then you've turned a $30 to $40 toy into something maybe a little bit more on the lines, maybe like $40, $50, $60, and you can have more fun with it. And then you could toss the original controller. I did that mod on a Sharper Image. I forget what the RC car was. Dude, that was the controller. Look at these hands. They're almost bigger than my face. Look at these hands, right? So to use a controller like that, it's just ridiculous. I did the mod. I was able to use my T8SG, Jumper T8SG. If you don't know what it is a multi-protocol radio. A lot of the older drones you could use with it, Fly Sky, Fry Sky, W-Fly, most of the major protocols that people are using in your bind and fly drones, you could also connect to it. But what I'm telling you is, dude, super simple. Like what? The brushed ESCs are probably going to run you maybe $10, and the receiver is probably going to, so for $20 you can upgrade any ESC. Half chrome in the house. What is going on, brother? I don't know that I've seen you around these parts, brother. Half Chrome is another YouTuber, as well as Purse West. Both great YouTubers, both great RC YouTubers. Just chit chatting, man. I woke up. I'm slow going. The weather in Pennsylvania is terrible. I kind of wish I would live down south. You still flying the Abyss? Yes. I'm trying to think the latest video that I was out there. I flew over both Abysses with the Evo Pro 2. Dude, talk about a drone, man. Talk about a drone. The Evo Pro 2 I took from basically my house. My house isn't far, terrible in Chicago. I could imagine. You see, it's foggy here. They're calling for rain a little bit later in the day. But yeah, I can imagine. I got a friend, John, he's in the Windy City, and the weather is very unforgiving out there. But yeah, so the Abyss, if you check out my video that I did on the Evo Pro 2, which I've actually only flown the drone once because of the terrible weather out here. Can I get some good weather? I flew it basically from my house, from my starting point right before the first Abyss. Yo, I sent it, I think, over 2 miles or close to 2 miles. I think it was over 2 miles. Dude, no reception loss or nothing, no glitching, no lagging. Like a lot of times you get even the spark. If you get the spark out so far, you encounter just a little bit of glitch that makes you nervous. Evo 2, that's at Walmart. Evo 2 is not at Walmart, brother. The Evo 2 Pro, you might be able to go to Best Buy, and Jack, he might be able to queue you in. He's in the United States. I haven't visited a Best Buy in a while, but the last time I did get to a Best Buy, they did have Autel drones there, so I would assume they're probably up on their game as far as keeping the newest Autel drones there. Best Buy is probably going to be your best bet for that. It is an expensive drone. It's not a cheap drone. If you go to the community tab on my YouTube, I do have a code to jack 35% off of the drone. If you need extra batteries, 35% off of it. And that is the cheapest. Dude, the enhanced Wi-Fi is great. That is the cheapest you'll be able to buy it with that 35% code. I think it brings it right around to $1,000. Where did you get your Evo Autel? Directly from Autel, yes. Directly from Autel, overseas, which is weird because isn't Autel made in the United States? That makes no sense whatsoever. Autel's made in the somebody correct me if I'm wrong here, but yeah, I have a connection overseas in China that he used to be my Alsenma connection. He was the guy who actually turned me on to Alsenma drones, and he contacted me. We did a little conversing back and forth, and we came to an agreement, and bam. J Drone got an Intel for a lot less than he should have. A lot less than he should have. But my part of that agreement was, yo, if I'm getting it for a lot less than I should have, I need a code. I need to hook my people up. I need Drone Days. If you're not a part of Drone Days, I know Jack is. I know Perth West Oz is. I know a couple other people that are in here are a part of Drone Days. It's a Facebook group that you wait forever to get into. Like right now, I think there's 100 some people trying to get into the group, but I just don't approve people like that because there's a lot of spammers, and I like to try to filter out the group, and it generally takes like a month or two to get the spammers out, and then bam, approve 100 some people, and then it's just a relentless cycle where I gotta filter out the spammers. It's a huge company. They have customer service in the U.S., but are a Chinese company, I think, make their money. Yes, and I don't know if you've seen. I didn't know they were automotive tech, but prior to getting the Evo, my guy's like, dude, you got a lot of cars. Would you be interested in reviewing an OBD2 sensor? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, what's from Autel? And I'm like, from Autel? He's like, yes, it's from Autel. The drone company? He's like, yes, the drone company. So Michael, what is going on? Michael Gardner. Or if you're overseas, maybe it's Michelle Gardner. I don't know. Dude, Michael is the toughest name, especially international. Like, seriously, yo, one for Michael, two for Michelle. What is it, dude? But yeah, so their OBD2 sensor, I wasn't thrilled with. Okay, so it's just Michael. I wasn't thrilled with their OBD2 sensor. Not that it didn't work well, but you only got one vehicle free. You got one vehicle free to hook up to, and if you connect it to your other vehicles, which I did, it'll give you very basic information, especially if you just, like, I connected it to my Kia at first, and then I went over to my Pontiac Grand Prix and connected it to it, and it wanted me to buy extra models. I have an OBD2 sensor. I haven't reviewed it, but it's universal, dude. You plug it into anything OBD2. You don't need to pay for nothing. You can clear codes. You can get diagnostics. It's a great OBD2 sensor. Autel's I wasn't thrilled with at all. But yeah, so I mean, that's definitely where their money is. Makes sense. I've seen Autel Automotive Guide. Yeah, right. So I mean, Jack spitting a lot of knowledge that not common, that wasn't common to me, just as well as the whole where they're made. I guess, like he said, they have customer support in the United States, but it's actually an overseas China company, which makes even more sense that my guy from China kind of had a hookup on it. Again, if you're interested in Autel, I don't mean to keep blabbering this 35% code, but it is legitimately the best price that you're going to get anywhere for it, even on the Autel.com site. I don't know how long that percentage code is going to last, but I think it's still good. I think from what he told me, he's not limiting it. Journey with Jay, I appreciate that $5, man. A lot of people don't throw cash at me, and I'm not sure why, and I don't really ask for it. Solid deal for a great drone. It is, and I really I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try, even though I have more drones than I need. Like I have so many drones, it's ridiculous. Journey with Jay, that's what you should do. I should get a box of drones that I no longer use. And Journey with Jay, you could just come pick them up for your boy or yourself. Because I can't. I'll read your comment in a second, Michael. A little stuffy. What was I saying? Oh, because dude, there's so much that I don't fly, but I can't offer them for sale on eBay or Marketplace, because if I have to ship them, it's not a good deal. Let me read my. I'm not trying to change. No, change the subject, man. Dude, I'm ADHD supreme. I'm not medicated for it. I bounce like a bouncy ball. Like you throw a bouncy ball down a hallway, that is my brain. We are good with switching comments. But I have a Mavic Mini and want to go live on YouTube with it. Do you have a video? I do not have a video, and I will tell you why I do not have a video and why I'm not interested in doing it. So check it out. If you go live with your drone on YouTube, you need to make sure you are following every single FAA law in the book. And here's why. Chances are you are going live, it's going to show your GPS coordinates. I don't recommend going live on YouTube while flying. See? Me and Half Chrome are right on point with what we're thinking. So you go live on YouTube, you're giving up your GPS coordinates. You're giving up your date. You're giving up your date, your time, your GPS coordinates. And if you do not fly by the book, FAA can get your butt. FAA can say, yes, absolutely. This is the time, this is the date, this is where, and here's all the infractions. This is everything he violated. Get him. Now, on my channel, I don't do live videos. I also have a disclaimer on my channel that says I do instructional videos. A lot of the videos are done by me, but that I do a lot of voiceovers. Whether that's true or not, I'm not going to say if it's true or not, but that's to cover my butt. So hypothetically, and I have done it. Can you hold that for a second? I've done it once where somebody flew way too high. They flew up in the clouds way too high. They got a lot of grief from people on Facebook, and they took the post down, and it's like, yo, dude, send me that video. I will post it. So that one I legitimately did a voiceover on, and it's not me. The 99% of my videos, you cannot prove that it was me that was doing it. I generally try not to give my GPS coordinates just as well as the date, because you need to cover your butt. Now, I'm not saying I'm an outlaw, drone flyer. I'm out there to break all laws. I try to fly as smart as possible. I'm no longer interested in breaking the ceiling and getting in the clouds. We did that when we started. Exactly, Jay. I have, I do the abandoned thing, and Journey with Jay is another YouTuber. Right, don't show your telemetry. Journey with Jay is another YouTuber. We have Half Chrome in here. We have the man from down under Perth West. Journey with Jay is another YouTuber. He's a local friend of mine. He does urbex. Urbex is urban exploring. It is illegal. We should not be going into abandoned buildings. But that's why I also have the disclaimer. It's like, well, somebody sent me in this video, and I'm doing a voiceover on it. Again, whether it's happening or not, I'm just trying to cover my butt. So my channel has a disclaimer on that. You go live, they can, bam, you're live. You're live on your channel. That's you. That's you. This is where you are. This is what time it is. There's very little that you can debate, and they can build a case upon that. So I would highly discourage doing that. Let's see. To Philly. Yeah, they got Philly Drone Life for that. Yeah, it's not like good old days of flying. Right, exactly. The government's hand is out, man. The hand is out. And I mean, it's not that it's not for good reason. If you're flying, hypothetically, if you're flying over Philadelphia, and I'm just talking Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, if you're flying over any of these larger cities, the possibility for interference is great. The possibility for interruption from a bird is even greater. I mean, how many birds fly around cities, whether it be turkey vultures, whether it be pigeons even? Well, what happens if pigeons get stirred up and fly from a building? They don't see your drone. Chances are your drone's coming down. There's a lot of unknown variables. Even where I live, dude, where I fly over top of the abyss, it's pretty safe. It's pretty safe. Me sending a drone out almost 2 miles is pretty safe because there's generally nothing underneath me. But what happens if a bird hits my drone? What happens if a strong gust of wind hits my drone? Because I am in wide open area. I have no blockade. I have no cover. The drone's probably going down, right? So you have to fly as safe as possible. Again, I do not stop at every stop sign when I'm driving. I have blown through a couple red lights. I'm not Johnny play by the law, and just as well as I'm sure all you guys aren't. But you got to think. You have to think. You have to weigh out what you are doing, the pros and cons of it. And if the cons outweigh the pros of it, don't do it. Be responsible. Like with the Tello, DJI Tello, I absolutely love that drone. I'll never get rid of that drone. My wife got it maybe 2 years ago on my birthday. Remote ID is coming as it tests for hobbyists to pass to fly legally. Yes, dude, I love the Tello, and I get so much heat for it when I travel. When I travel, I fly the Tello around people. I'll fly the Tello in an arcade. Sup, bro? Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to you too. I have the Tello. I wish it had brushless motor. Dude, the thing would rip with brushless motor. Don't birds want to attack drones, or is that just certain ones? We'll get back to the Tello in a second. Small birds. Small birds have big dog syndrome. I've actually chased larger birds, not trying to be a nuisance or anything, but trying to get not. I shouldn't say chased. I've tried to get parallel with larger birds. I've tried to shoot straight up, and I have a video with the MJX bugs where I seen a turkey vulture, or maybe it was a hawk. It was a hawk. I seen a hawk up there. I shot my drone straight up to it. I had to been parallel with it. The bird, and this is on video, the bird turned its head, it looked at it, and it dive bombed. It dive bombed right down to the small. It wanted nothing to do with the drone. Now, small birds, dude, these birds got to be about this big. Small birds, catch you later, Dixies. Small birds like this will charge the drone. They're extremely territorial, especially certain times of the year. They will charge your drone. I've never had one hit it, but it makes you really nervous because you got all these small birds just vroom. Or here, this is exactly here. My hand's the bird. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Just if you're looking in your FPV, that's what you see. If you're looking up, you see these birds just making passes around your drone, and I think it's what it is. I think it's nesting territories. If you get into a small bird's nesting territory where they nest by the, I don't know, probably by like 50 to 100 at a time, they will protect their territory, or at least try to, and intimidate the drone because they don't know what it is. And I've brought my drone down several times. They're intimidating. Flying past has intimidated me so much where it's like, I kind of value my drone more than I do this footage. I've had that happen with toy grade drones. I've also had that happen with the Spark, with the DJI Mavic Mini. I think I have a video. Half Chrome agrees with me again. Avoid small birds. I have a video with the Mavic Mini where it's just hovering, and you can see these birds, man. They're just coming from every angle, trying to. Yeah, big birds are smarter. They're probably less curious too. I mean, if it had to, if a large bird had to, it could probably just pluck the drone out of the air, but probably has no interest to it. It's like, I'm not quite sure what that thing is. It doesn't look like food. See you later. That's probably a larger bird's mentality. Now, I mean, if you did ruffle a larger bird's feathers, it would probably be gone. Back to the Tello. See, there's that ADHD bouncy ball down the hallway. So the Tello, when I'm on vacation, man, especially on boardwalks, I will fly on the boardwalk. And it's not like I'm flying far from myself. I'm doing what I call walking the dog, where I have the drone like just this far away from me. Just walking around flying it, getting footage. I'll walk it into a busy arcade and whatnot and fly it around, and I'll post the video. I get a lot of heat from that. Good morning, Bob. What is going on, man? I get a lot of heat from that from a lot of people, but I'm thinking when I'm doing it. The drone is never far from me. I keep the drone out of other people's faces. Just picked up Up Air 2. You ever fly that Up Air? Up Air. Up Air. Yes, I had an Up Air drone. I actually sold it, I think, and I have seen the Up Air too. It kind of like a phantom look to it, phantom clone type look to it. They also had an extremely nice FPV screen. Oh, yeah, there we go. He said it looks like the Phantom. They had an extremely nice FPV screen, like 5.8 gigahertz, that came with one of them. I actually still have that screen. My original one was Wi-Fi. It didn't come with that screen. I bought the screen. I modded it to take external batteries, and also so I could connect it to any 5.8 gigahertz drone. This one has some crazy camera. I'll have to look into it. I did see one person on Facebook that actually bought it. No screen. It's probably Wi-Fi. I assume it's probably Wi-Fi FPV and not the 5.8 gigahertz. I think the earlier ones came with 5.8 gigahertz, and I think they slowly transitioned into Wi-Fi, as almost everybody's doing. Toy grade companies, I would love it if toy grade companies could get the Wi-Fi at least out to a half a mile. And I mean, some of them have, but some of the more extreme brush toy grade companies, I'll be testing it today or tomorrow. So, bamzo. Everybody look forward to Half Chrome's review on this Up Air drone. Like I said, I think I have one video, maybe two videos, probably an unboxing and a flight. New MJX is good range. Nice. A lot of the brushless companies are actually getting decent range on the FPV itself. I would like to see a lot of toy grade companies. Dude, you toy grade companies, you brushed and not even the companies, it's just a series of drones. Yo, so actually, we'll get back to the brush drone thing. On my Up Air, the only thing that I absolutely hated about it is the calibration process. I did not feel it was good for the gimbal underneath. I don't know if they've changed that. Hopefully they've changed it. Even the Autel drone, the Autel Evo Pro, kind of has that same type of calibration process, where one of the axes is where the up and down axis, that's not good for the gimbal, but the Autel drone actually compensated a little bit better than the Up Air drone. The Up Air drone, it sounded terrible. That gimbal was flopping around terribly while I was calibrating it. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Toy brush drone companies, you're putting Wi-Fi drones, your Wi-Fi cameras. Dude, I can't stand some of them. You're putting Wi-Fi cameras on the majority of your drones. 5.8 gigahertz small cameras on your drones does not cost much. It actually might be cheaper. I don't know. But you're going with Wi-Fi. So let's hook us up with proper antennas and kick out higher milliwatts on it. That way we can have a more enjoyable experience. I guarantee there's a lot of people that buy drones from retail. There's a lot of kids or mom and dads or kids that are in this. I want that drone. Mom and dad, grandpa, okay, we'll buy it for you. It's probably a decent drone. Bob, I'll read your comment in a second. It's probably a decent drone, but they get so caught up into the FPV aspect, where they want to look at their camera, they want to look at what the drone's looking at, they want to play on their smart device that is now connected to a controller, connected to a drone. How cool, 2020, this is amazing. And then it flakes out. The FPV flakes out, they lose the drone. Mom and dad's like, nope, I ain't buying you another one. Kids like, man, this drone stuff sucks. That was garbage. And that's the end of it. I guarantee that's a lot of people's experience. Let's go ahead and read Bob. Smart. Excuse me. I'm sniffly, dude. Just snagged a Spark. Love it. Half Chrome, I appreciate you checking in, brother. Everybody go check out his channel if you want to check out drone reviews. He is definitely an excellent drone reviewer. Just snagged a Spark. I love it. Only paid 180 with remote and extras. Got decent range from, yes, and you can switch to Spark to 2.4 gigahertz or 5G. My Spark, I generally fly on 5G. It's a stronger connection. It's not a longer connection, but where I live, it is definitely a stronger connection, and I think I go further. The 2.4 gigahertz obviously is more scrambled connection, but it's said to actually go further than the 5G. But it's a scramble connection. I'd rather rock solid connection versus because that's how the wavelength is. If you can see the wavelength of a 5G, it's pretty much linear. Just figured that out yesterday going to try it. Cool. So I'll explain the connection to you. A 5G connection is pretty much linear. And a 2.4 gigahertz connection is kind of in and out like that, but it goes further because it's kind of have an optical like connection, if that makes any sense. J Drone or Antonio's. How long is the X5C? Max range. So max range on an X5C, I would not take it out more than 100 meters in a wide open area. If you're in the city, I would do much less. If you get a Jumper T8SG, or a T16 or a Radio Master T8SG or T16 or a Radio Master, if you wrap that up. If you get a multi-protocol controller, doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter the name, you can connect directly to your SEMA X5C, SEMA, whatever. 90% of the SEMAs you can connect to, and you can send that SEMA out almost a mile. Obviously, if you're sending it out a mile, you're going to have to hook up 5.8 gigahertz FPV, which is really simple to do. You get a 5.8 gigahertz AIO, all in one camera, smack that on the top of it, get you some goggles, and go. Steve Meyer, what is going on, brother? Turn on my TV, and much to my surprise, I see my ugly mug. What is going on? You and your family are doing well, especially through the vid. I'm just gonna say the vid, the C vid, because they like to demonetize if you actually say that word. If you say the dreaded C vid 19, if you actually read that out, they demonetize it. I don't know why. I don't even want to talk. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes, we are good. Hopefully you're good. Hopefully everybody watching the stream is good, and hopefully anybody that has any type of interaction with me, whether it be just watching my videos, getting information off Facebook, Reddit, etc. Hopefully everybody's good. That takes away from it. Does. It does. And Facebook's like that too, man. Facebook is absolutely like that too. They will shut you down. They will put you in Facebook jail. You do more of these videos. What kind of videos? What do you mean? You do more of these videos. What kind of videos are you looking for? What are you asking? Elaborate a little bit more on that. That way I can answer your question. If that was a question, if it was a statement, then I'm slightly confused. But yeah, dude, Facebook is terrible. What did I last time I got
You commented to somebody about the price on a car being high.
Yo, so check it out. I bought another car. Let's play a guessing game, and I'm not even sure off the top of my head. So we're gonna play a guessing game. We're gonna play a guessing game. How many cars does J Drone have? My wife does not drive. It's an absurd amount of cars. So let me. So I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that. Okay, I think I have it. How many cars does J Drone have? Anybody? Just get on your typing push button thing and hit return after you press a number. But yeah, so I was on Facebook commenting on the most recent car that I purchased. My boy Logan is like, Thomas, no, nope. Not five. Not five. Five is a conservative number, I think. And even that's a bit high. Nine. Nope, not nine. Um I'm not even doing the higher or lower thing, but not nine. Bam, bam, five. Everybody's saying five. 15. 15. My wife will whoop my butt. So I guess that kind of does the higher lower thing. He's like less than five. All right, we'll do the higher and lower thing. More than five. More than five. Less than 15. More than five. Less than 15. But yeah, on Facebook, my boy Logan, he's like, I bet that car that you just got originally sold for just a little bit more. Bam, Thomas got it. Thomas got it. I have 7 cars. So my boy Logan, lucky number 7. 12. No, not 12. My wife wouldn't whoop my butt. She's not having it with the 7 either. But my boy Logan, I recently purchased a Cadillac. I purchased a 2004 Cadillac DeVille. It sat in front of a $300,000 property that I was working on the chimney. The tires had very low air in it. And I'm looking at the car. The car is beautiful. The exterior of the car is beautiful. The interior of the car is beautiful. Do you have to stick with 7 and Hunt have any more? I'll get to that. I'll get to that. My wife's sitting right next to me. So I got to tiptoe around how I said
Well,
it.
you be honest.
All right. So I'm working on this dude's chimney. $300,000 house in a country club. I see this Cadillac. Dude. It is cherry. This Cadillac is cherry. The only thing I can see wrong with it is deflated tire pressure. I check out the inspection that was on the window. It was inspected a year ago. This vehicle has been sitting there probably for about a year or less. So I do this guy's chimney, and before leaving, talking with him, showing the chimney, making sure he's happy with the work. And then I said, "What's up with the Cadillac?" He said, "Oh, that Cadillac." I said, "There's only one Cadillac." "Yes, what's up with the Cadillac?" He's like, "Oh, I'm probably taking it to the scrapyard. I'll probably get rid of it for next to nothing." Dude, scrap's low. Scrap is extremely low right now. So I'm like, I like next to nothing. What's next to nothing? He's like, well, like I said, I was probably gonna take it to the scrapyard. I said, well, the scrapyard's gonna give you 300. Whether they would have given more or less, I don't know, but that's pretty conservative. So I said, I'll give you 300. He said, okay. So I bought this car for $300, which is awesome. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, so Logan, my dude Logan, this car, I took a picture of it, I posted, and my boy Logan said, yo, that car probably sold for $30,000 brand new. It actually sold for, I think, $50,000, $60,000 brand new. It's the highest. It's a DTS. It's a 2004 Cadillac DTS triple black. Excellent. Cherry Cadillac for $300, low tire pressure. So, yeah, give me 2 seconds. Let me read. So, I am glad I caught you this morning. I never get to see any of your life. I'm happy you caught me too. Dude, I might do a video of it. I think I've only ever done like 1 or 2 videos of my cars and posted it on YouTube. My Grand Prix, I kind of did an installation video. My 81 Sedan DeVille that I sold, I did a goodbye video to that, like a farewell walk around drive video. Dude, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I sent it to my mechanic. My mechanic picked it up. Oh, see, I can't
You're
scatterbrain, dude. So
it's
my boy Logan. Let me do a video for it. I might do a video for it. I'm supposed to get it back today. My mechanic said I'm gonna get it back today. But my boy Logan, like, oh, I bet that MSR. I bet that sold for this, and I'm like, nah, MSRP'd for this. Boom. I told him what it originally MSRP'd for, the original retail price for it. Facebook put me on block for 3 days. Why? I don't get it. So I jumped into another account, a burner account. If you don't got burner accounts for Facebook, okay, I get what you mean. If you don't got a burner account for Facebook, you should get one. So I jumped on my burner account after I already had screenshotted from my original account why I just got shut down. I posted that just to let my people know, let my friends know, hey, my main account's on hold for 3 days, and this is why. Facebook blocked my burner account for showing why they blocked me. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But anyway, so I call my mechanic. I have a dedicated mechanic. You have that many vehicles, you should have one mechanic. You should not be taking your vehicle to Jack Williams, to Cole Muffler, to whatever, Walmart. You should have a dedicated mechanic, somebody that you can trust. So I call my mechanic. I'm like, dude, can you pick up a car for me and look at it? So he said, yeah. So get anybody. Guess what was wrong with this $300 car that I bought? My own mechanic. See, that's great. I didn't grow up with a dad. I got sent to a private school, and I wasn't taught mechanics. I wasn't taught nothing. I took printing or graphic arts, which I should have took carpentry, or I should have took automotive in school, but I took printing and graphic arts, which does me very little good in the real world. But yeah, my father, being in a private school, you grow up without a mom or a dad directly influencing your life. Obviously, I have a mom on vacations. We went to mom's house. My dad was in and out, whatever. But I wish I was automotively inclined. Probably simple sensor. So yeah, what was wrong with the Cadillac? Journey with Jay says a simple sensor. More scooter videos, dude. I have 3 scooters. I have an E300, I have a E4 600, and I have an E100 that I have yet to get up. Live more. I never caught one of these. Do a video for. All right, I think I'm caught up on the comments. So I'm slightly mechanically inclined. Like I said, I never took any type of carpentry, and I'm a mason now. I'm doing masonry and carpentry work. Now I'm not extremely what you would say in school 4.0 smart. I'm extremely smart when it comes to picking up mechanical things, when it comes to picking up spinning a wrench or measurements. I'm really good with math, but that's what I'm doing now. I'm a mason and a carpenter. Monday through Friday, that's what I do. I pour stone, I form stone, I do a little bit of carpentry. So what was wrong with the Cadillac, guys? Journey with Jay said probably a simple sensor. It was not a simple sensor. It was actually a lot simpler than that. It was a lot simpler than that. And for $300. I'm very eager to get the car back today. My mechanic said I should have it back today, and I want the car back so bad. I just want to drive around it. I've never owned a Cadillac newer than the 90s. I have a 96 Eldorado. I have an 81 Coupe de Ville. I've had an 81 Sedan de Ville. I've had a 77 Coupe de Ville. I've had an 85 Eldorado. I've owned Cadillacs the majority of my life. I've never had a super new one. I've never really been interested in a super new one. But for $300, give me it. Give me it. And then doing some research on the car. There's a lot of technology built into the car. So I'm super excited to drive the car. All right. Nobody's guessing what was wrong with the car. I guess your fingers are tired from typing. So tires. Clearly, it needed tires. We knew that. The tires were deflated. I was hoping we would have been able to salvage some tires because replacing all four tires, four brand new tires, a little bit of a bill. It's a little bit of a bill, but whatever. And a battery. This car needed tires and a battery. It was low on blinker fluid. Yeah, two people said blinker fluid. Basically, it was low on blinker fluid. I mean, it needed tires and a battery. I got a 2004 Cadillac DTS, just over 100,000 miles. Needed a battery and tires. It was sitting out in front of a $300,000 house that sits in a country club. The country club that I'm talking about, Jay probably knows right where it is. Muffler bearing. Jay probably knows right where it is. It's right above Cunningham, near the top of the 80s, near the off of 81 to get by Penn State Hazleton. So, dude, how huge is that? How huge is that? All right, back to the question. So, am I stuck at seven? Am I stuck at seven vehicles? So, I have a leeway right now because my Impala, I have a 2006 Impala. My mom was recently in a car accident. A Jeep ran over the top of her vehicle and actually flipped over on its side, but her one leg, she had to get titanium in. Her one leg's all messed up. It hurts. She has to go through physical therapy, etc., etc., etc. Her car is totaled. So my 2006 Impala, she has. She ain't keeping it. She can't keep it, but she's had it for several months now. To get back and forth to physical therapy. She's not driving, but her husband's driving the vehicle because she can get in and out of it comfortably. Her husband has a larger pickup truck where she can't get in and out of that comfortably, but the sedan she could get in and out of it. The seat goes back far enough that she can keep her legs straight and gets physical therapy comfortably. So that vehicle's over there. But I do. I have two cars, which I'll probably never own. I hope I own. I have two cars on my bucket list. I like dude, I love the mid-90s Impalas and Caprices. The mid-90s Impalas and Caprices are supreme. Those two cars are not on my bucket list. I have two cars that are on my bucket list that if I could find for a decent price, I would have to buy. My wife would be really mad at me. She wouldn't be
Your
happy
wife would
with
kick
it.
you out.
My wife said
Kick you out.
my wife said she would kick me out. That
And
wouldn't
take your
happen.
cars.
She would say she kicked my cars. We are married, so she says half of them are hers, or half of the cars are hers. So she just cut them in half, and I'd have half of her car. But I have two cars on my bucket list. I'm a huge sucker for 1980s square bodied weird cars. I love the 80s digital dash. No sport cars, just classic or muscle. Yeah, I have no want for a sports car. Cadillac, Corvettes, Mustangs. No real. I mean, my 1981 Coupe de Ville has a 500 cubic inch engine and it has over 400 horsepower. That's pretty sporty. I mean, I could basically blow away 90% of what I come up on the road with. A lot of people look over, look at Grandpa car. We're back. Sorry, we are live. We're still here. I got a call. A call just interrupted everything. You like boats like Delta, LOL, my first vehicle. Yes, I do like the larger boats. So my Coupe de Ville could basically blow away 90% of what's on the road. It has over 400 horsepower, has tons of torque, has a turbo 400 transmission. It has 500 cubic inch, 500 rocket. That's what the engine's called in it. So I got speed. My Grand Prix has a 3.1. It's just under 200 horsepower, but it's a pretty light car. The thing moves. My Impala moves. My Impala has a 3.4 in it. It moves. My Eldorado has a lot of horsepower. That's a V8. So I have fast cars. I don't have a quintessential sports car. I don't want a sports car. Two cars that are on my bucket list. Two cars that are on my bucket list. I actually went to pick up one of these cars. I borrowed, at the time I was working in the catering industry, I borrowed my boss's truck. I borrowed my brother-in-law's trailer. We went down to pick up this car. I was listed on Craigslist. We went down to pick up this car. It looked okay. It looked okay on the listing. Looked a little bit of rough cosmetically, but it said it ran great. What do you think about the Impalas that are jacked up with the rubber band tires? I love them. I love them. I love me a donk. That is called a donk. Any type classic vehicle, any vehicle from like the 90s on back with the dope boy rims, they're more rim than tire and high drug. I love me a donk. I've never owned a donk. I have put extremely large rims on a Cadillac with teeny tiny tires on it before, which would be considered a donk, but I've never put hydraulic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It is such a style. It is such a standout style that is ridiculous. It's terrible on the roads out here. Like I even had a 97 Grand Prix GTP supercharged with 22-inch rims on it and like no tires. Let me tell you, you get any type of wetness on these mountain roads, no good. Dude, I'm moving at like 20 mile per hour. Just spinning them. No good.
Have a sippy.
Yeah, I should have a sip. But what was I talking about? I don't know what I was talking about now.
The
Oh, my two cars. My two cars. So we go down and get this car. Cosmetically, it's a lot worse than what it was. But if it runs right, dude, if it runs right, I can deal with cosmetic. If it runs like the dude said, it runs right, I can deal with cosmetic. So I'm down here. I'm like 3 hours away from home with this trailer, with my boss's truck. And, okay, whatever. It looks like garbage. But I'm down here. I have a trailer. I can get this car for next to nothing. If it runs right, I'm taking it. I don't care that it looks like garbage. So go take it for a test drive. It's a drop top. I'll tell you what type of car it is in a minute. Maybe you guys could try to guess what type of car it is. Jay might know what type of car it is if he remembers the post from Facebook. But take it for a test drive. The top's down. And I get it out. It's a turbo. I get it out and I lay on it, dude. It's a turbo. I gotta test the turbo. I gotta test the performance, just like my Grand Prix. Me and my brother went to test my Grand Prix. The guy thought we stole the car. We went on highways and we were flooring it. My Grand Prix has heads-up display. I was hitting darn near 100 mile an hour. I'm sold. The car is good, right? So I got to do that with this car. So I get out on this country road, drop top, right? Drop top. Feeling the air in my hair, non-existing hair. I didn't feel no air. I feel no air on my bald spot, right? I look in my rear view mirror. I can't see nothing behind me. It's a drop top. I should be able to see everything behind me. I look in my rear view mirror. It's like I'm looking at a white wall. I'm confused. I'm very perplexed. I'm confused. So I turn. I'm I'm confused at this point. I have no clue what's going on. So I turn, and the car seemed like it was running okay. Like it actually had a decent bit of pickup and whatnot. So I do a turnaround, and as I'm turning around, it looks like a crop duster went down the road. There's just this white tail down, like a white screen. So now I'm driving into this white cloud, and it's me. I'm letting off this gnarly white, and I'm talking about whiteout. I'm talking about the densest fog that you can possibly think of. That's what's coming out of my back end. So this dude had a pretty long driveway to go back up. So at this point, I'm like, yo, this, no, I can't. The car looks like crap. Clearly, there's something extremely wrong with this car that it's spitting out that type of dense, right? But The turbo seals were probably gone. Could have been something with the head gasket. Dude, so as I'm pulling up, my wife's brother at the time, I think he was chuckling a little bit, and my wife, she's just shaking her head. She's like, "You're not buying it. You're on fire. You're on fire." Now I wasn't on fire. There was no flames, but
You were on.
my wife just said you were on fire. I wasn't on fire, but the ghost screen that I was getting out of this car was gnarly, dude. So, and again, I'll tell you what the car was. You guys could try to guess what the car. It was from the '80s. It was a turbo. If you know anything about cars, that kind of narrows it down to maybe like 6 or 7 different types of cars from that era. But I get out of the car and I'm a little bit mad because I paid her brother to come down because I can't back up a trailer. I suck at backing up a trailer. I knew her brother who drove big rig and whatnot. He could back up a trailer, no problem if we got to back it up. And I also paid, dude, the truck that I borrowed was huge. Yeah, I forget what type of truck it was. It was a diesel. I filled it up to go down 3 hours away. Now I got to fill it up to go. So it's costing me money to go get this car. And now it's junk and it runs like junk and I don't want it. I don't want it, even though I want one of these cars in the worst way. Want one of these cars in the worst way. I absolutely love the car. Love these type of cars. And the guy's like, "Oh, well, the title's in my brother's name." Oh, that's great. Where's your brother? Right? What is a Dodge? It was not a Dodge. So the title's in his brother's name, and I did do a little bit of research afterward. I guess in New Jersey, it's okay for a title be signed over and without the person present or whatever. In Pennsylvania, you really can't do that. So that threw me off. It was a Pontiac Perth West. It was a Pontiac, so that narrows it down greatly. Pontiac did not make too many turbos in the 80s. So at this juncture, I'm going away with nothing. I'm going away without a car. The guy's trying to talk me into, so yo, you can't give me nothing for it. You can't give me nothing. It was not a Grand National. It was not a Fiero. You can't give me nothing for it. And I'm like, dude, I can't. There's nothing for me to eat here. Like I need something to chew on. I need something to chew on. And how about this dude told me, "Oh yeah, it should be okay to drive back," because my initial way was to get my brother to follow me down there. It was not a Firebird. It was not a Sunfire. My initial was get my brother to drive me down and he would follow me back. There's no way this car would have made a 3-hour drive back. So, Matt, why do you gotta lie to me, dude? Why do you could have told me what was wrong with you. You could have told me it looked like crap. You could have told me take it off my hands for $200. At that juncture, maybe I would have. But I'm mad. I'm mad. I gave you the wind up. I gave you the money that I'm invested in. We reconnecting? Reconnecting. All right, here. No, I didn't get another phone call. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi at the house. My Wi-Fi is extremely strong. I could be outside of my Wi-Fi. So, yes, it was a Sunbird. It was a 1988 Sunbird GT Turbo eclipsed headlights. If you don't know what eclipsed headlights are, they are amazing. They kind of look like my Grand Prix headlights, but they're cut out. But it was a 1988 Turbo Sunbird GT with eclipsed headlights. Though, and it was a convertible. Those cars are so cool, dude. Granted, they're not, I mean, even with the turbo, it's basically a Cavalier. It's basically a 1980s Cavalier dressed up and dolled up. But it's just a cool factor. Yes, you did win. Dude, man, I want one of those in the worst way. I love the way the cars look. It's just something about that car, and it is. It's basically a Cavalier. It's a Cavalier body style with a front end that's dolled up, with the back end that's dolled up. It's just a dolled up Cavalier with a turbo in it. So that's one of my cars. So back to the original question: am I stuck at 7? If I ever found a Grand Prix Turbo GT with the eclipsed headlights, it doesn't have to be a drop top. It could be a hard top. It doesn't matter. It just has to be a turbo with the eclipsed headlights. I think I would have to, I see it now, Google Images. Yes, and there's actually a two-tone version of that car. If you could find the two-tone version of that car, I think it's like silver and black maybe. Dude, I love them. I love them, man. For some reason, that car has a spot in my heart. I've never known anybody to have one. I've only ever seen that one with the eclipsed headlights in person. You get them in the 90s. Some of them in the 90s, you see the Sunbirds that don't have those eclipsed headlights. I don't want it. It looks way too much like a Cavalier, despite the fact, again, it's basically a Cavalier. But it has that Pontiac look to it, the hidden headlight type look to it. The dude. So that's one of them. The other one is another car that is, dude, I posted a video on my timeline recently of it. The sales pitch to this car, the commercials to this car, and the digital display. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for digital display. I'm a sucker for that 1980s futuristic digital display, which a lot of people can't stand. Don't tell the wife, LOL, but would you ever stop at any number? My wife's sitting
So
right
much for
here.
not telling the wife. Thanks, bud.
she's literally sitting right here. Would you ever stop at any number? It's not a number for me. It is not a number for me. A lot of the cars that I have, yo, check it. So we'll get to my last one in a minute. So my adulthood has been pretty rough on my own being. My adulthood has been pretty rough on my own being. As of recently, it's great. It is great. But from 18 to 26 to 27 years old, I I led a pretty rough life. I led a very dishonest life. I had a substance abuse problem, aka the vanilla pencil dude. I can't stop laughing. That is great. That is great. I'm happy that somebody laughed at that. I put it in the title for a little bit of humor, for a little bit of like what? My 1991 V8 my 1991 V8 Toyota Soarer twin turbo has digital. Dude, I'm a sucker for it. It is so cool. I mean, a lot of people think it's cheesy. A lot of people thinking, that's corn. No, give me all digital instruments, everything. And that's what this last car is. My last car on my bucket list has all digital instruments. But back to my adulthood. So check it out. In and out of the clink for being the way I was, the gangster type mentality, tough guy mentality, do what I want when I want mentality, bump Johnny Law. That's how I was. That's how I lived my life for a while, and that's where you can't, or maybe you can see a scar in between my eyes. I have a scar over there. Bamzo, you can see it if I stretch. Those two scars come from guns. Boom! Rifle to my head. TKO, knocked out. This one, some dude came around a corner, pistol whipped me. I got him though. Bring a gun to a fist fight, and I took care of that. But I led a very dishonest life. But even doing that, I generally had a money income, a scheme to get money. I've, for the most part, always had a job, a flaky job or whatever, and I always had cars. I've always had a love for having a bunch of cars. So, my Grand Prix, my godfather, when I was in that time, gave me a 92 Grand Prix SE. It did not have heads-up display like mine is. It was kind of a pus case. And then your wife tamed you. My kids tamed me. Yeah, I mean, a combination between my wife and the last time that I sat in a clink, I kind of woke up. I sobered up and decided, no, we can't do it again. So I am doing well. I'm really doing well. I was a full-blown addict, a tough guy, etc.
12 years
Whatever,
sober.
whatever.
12
I
years sober.
Right, just about 12 years sober now, and I think it's around 10. I'm not even counting. A lot of guys count. I really don't count. 10 to 12 years sober. But so my godfather in that period of time, he was a train wreck of a case. He was an alcoholic and an addict and whatever, but he had this Grand Prix that somebody hit him on the side, and I appreciate that. And the one quarter panel was dented in, and he had nowhere to put the car. So I said, "Yo, give it to me. I'll take it." So I replaced the door on this. I loved it. I love 92 Grand Prix SE bare bones. Well, good. Keep them kids. Keep them kids. That place is no fun. So obviously, at some point, I got rid of that. And I had a 77 Coupe de Ville at the time. Again, when you go to the clink, you tend to lose a lot of things. 23 years, Bamzo, Bob, stay on the line, man. Stay on the line. So 77 Coupe de Ville. Basically, what I'm doing,
Lost everything.
I lost everything. everything. And there's one thing that I lost that I can never get back, and it sucks. My great grandmother, she was like my best friend, dude. She was the coolest old lady in the world. She cursed like a sailor. She wasn't belligerent about it, but she cursed. She always had jokes. I remember being a kid, basically just like sitting against her, dude, sitting against her watching TV. Coolest old lady in the world. She had the brilliance to kiss a post-it note. She kissed John. What's going on, Johnson? What's going on? She kissed the post-it note and stuck it to a picture of herself and put it in her frame. And she wrote, "So you always have a kiss for me, dude." Last time I went to the clink, all my personal possessions got tossed. I can't ever get that back, and it kills me. It sucks. I have the picture, the exact picture. My mother had the exact picture that was in the frame, but I can never get that post-it note back. So sentimental, and it's terrible that I can't get. But back to the whole story. I lost everything, right? So now I'm trying to get everything back. So I have that Grand Prix. I have a better Grand Prix than I had. Cadillacs. I have Cadillacs out the wazoo, replacing the Cadillacs. So that's kind of where my car game comes from, right? But then the Sunbird. I've never had a Sunbird. Never known anybody to have a Sunbird. The Sunbird GT just intrigues me. I want a Sunbird, man. So my last car is all digital. It's all digital. It's also a turbo. Came out, I think, in the early 80s, mid 80s, and stopped production in the late 80s. Oh, dude. If you haven't seen the commercial for this, as I say the car, go look at the commercial. I mean, don't look at a cheesy commercial. You got to look at the dope voiceover commercial. If you don't want one after seeing this commercial, we can't be friends. You need to stop watching my live feed. I'm joking, but dude, the commercial is, it's a great commercial. And again, digital dash. I'm a sucker for digital dash. So it is a Chrysler Laser. The Chrysler Laser was digital everything. It was a turbo. One of the worst cars Pontiac ever made. Facts. I had one too. And I hear that. I hear that they were one of the worst cars. Are you related to Are you related to the My Pillow guy? Who's the My Pillow guy? I don't know who the My Pillow guy is. But the Chrysler Laser. Go ahead and look up Chrysler Laser, dude. Look up the commercial on YouTube or go to my Facebook. If you're friends with me on Facebook, scroll down. I actually did a edit on all three of the commercials and put it out there. Chrysler Laser, turbo car, all digital. Kind of looks like a Mustang. Kind of has that hatchback look of the 80s Mustang. My friend had a LeBaron that had a lot of, and LeBarons are cool too. My Pillow is a brand name. Don't know. Beretta GT was one of the most
No, they're
rock
not
solid
my
cars.
guy.
I had a Beretta too. I had a Chevy Beretta. It was all black with like almost a purplish tint. Had a sunroof. He does infomercials. Nah, I don't think I'm related to him. Looks like a Camaro Z28 front end. Dude,
Is that what he asked you?
yeah, he asked me if I was related to him. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
watch it. Maybe you'll like him.
Chrysler Laser, dude. You have to. You have to look at the commercials. Yeah, dude, the commercial has me. Now there is a really weird, like they have an extremely weird commercial out for it too. But the two commercials that with the voiceover, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. Plymouth Laser kind of looks like the Mitsubishi. Yes, and then I'm not talking about the Plymouth Laser. I'm talking about the Chrysler Laser. Plymouth Lasers are cool too. The Plymouth Lasers are definitely cool as well. But yeah, so I mean, back to the seven. I own seven cars. Is that the number? Right now, that is the stopping point. My wife says no more cars.
We don't need him.
We don't need them, but if I could get either one of those cars at a great price, the car would have to be mint. It would have to need nothing, and I would have to be able to get it at a great price, and it'd have to be local too, which is probably never going to happen. Hold on. Reference to hurricane. But I would have to. I would have to. The first time seeing the live stream, first time seeing a lot. This is a little bit more relaxed live stream. I'm not super duper crazy. I kind of just woke up and I figured, yeah, we'll go live. If you check out previous live streams, like when I'm driving a car, I'm a little bit rambunctious. I'm a little bit hyper. Not to say that I'm not a little bit hyper right now. ADHD that is non-medicated allows me to bounce from things to things, and occasionally I get extremely hyper from it. Hold hold on. Oh, whoa. What is going on here? My daughter Raven is 5 years old. She is watching as well. She says hello. Raven, what's going on? Happy you're here. Hopefully you like RC stuff. Maybe you like cars, and maybe you like the car conversation. But yeah. So I mean, today, what do I plan on doing today? You can probably look forward to a grounded RC video today. Maybe I'll do it in the morning, and I'd like to get a drone video done in the afternoon. I have that Tom's on drone that I did a unboxing for. I've been doing a lot of unboxings because I live on a mountain in Pennsylvania, and it's super inclement out. Sometime, I mean, I did go out in the snow to do that last video with the RC car, so I bared a little bit of cold there. But that's what I think you guys have to look forward today. What do you guys have for me? What type of suggestions, any questions, comments, concerns that you want me to address? What do you got? What are you guys doing in winter? I mean, I know some of you guys probably live down south and it's like, I'm doing what I do all year long. It's winter. It doesn't affect me. I got the sun. I got nice weather. It's not the case in Pennsylvania. Dude, I've left Pennsylvania so many times. When I was a teenager, I left Pennsylvania many times and just always made it back. This is my home. Even with my wife, me and my wife have made it to the West Coast several times, and we've been out on the East Coast beach line, which is much nicer than where we live. But we always make it back. We have a decent plot of land here. Have a nice place to fly drones. Have a very modest home. Have lots of space to park cars and and we always make it back, man. But what me and my wife say, home is basically where the heart is. So wherever me and my wife are, even if we were in a cardboard box underneath a bridge, that would be home. Obviously, we have a physical property which we label as home, but no matter, like, dude,
Right.
we sleep in a van traveling. I mean, we haven't done it recently, but we did that for like 3 months. But we slept in a van traveling like we were some 1970 hippies, or like we were super poor
Following
and like,
fish.
yeah, like we were following fish or something, going to Woodstock, and we were good with that. We were limited on. I mean, I have solar setup, so we did have power to try it. Man, people just calling, dude. And it's scammers. You know what it is? Hey, do you get it? Any more vacation travel videos where you go look at abandoned properties? We have nothing planned. There's nothing planned right now, just because, again, Monday through Friday. Well, yeah, because of the COVID-19. But that too. But Monday through Friday, I'm kind of doing a work detail. Where I'm actually legitimately working a job. I do plan on taking off for like a week at some point, maybe for my birthday. I don't know. But I absolutely love doing the abandoned videos. I was going to say something. I lost track of what I was going to say. Raven, more vacation videos. Oh, so the people that are calling. The people that are calling. Do you guys get this? Hi, this is Karen. We're calling about your extended warranty. This is Tom, and we're calling about your Medicare. Dude, no, my newest vehicle is still under Kia's warranty, and my other vehicles are old that you won't extend my warranty. My warranty's been gone. Where do these people get their numbers? And in Medicare, yeah, okay, you need to be anywhere from the ages 55 to 80 something. I'm not
Oh,
there
and
yet.
also your cell phone, because you have
And
to
my
have
cell phone. Let me tell you about my cell phone.
Carol.
Right? Let me tell you about my cell phone, and I'll try to tell you it without getting demonetized here. We all get them. So good. I'm glad you guys are getting them. No, I'm not
Well,
glad you guys are getting them. But I'm glad I'm not the only one, I guess. Dude, it's ridiculous. So, yo, Carol was the last person to have this phone number. I legitimately, if I had a pencil and paper, I would know exactly where Carol lived, her first and last name, her age, etc. Carol must have been one of them people that just sat on the computer all day long filling out surveys for free stuff, applying for free stuff. Because all day long I get text messages for Carol. My name's not Carol. I get
and
phone
calls.
calls for Carol. My name is not Carol. Just for the randomest stuff. You're approved for a $50,000 loan. Is this Carol? Do I sound like Carol? Sometimes I play along. May I speak to Carol? Yeah, this is Carol. And they talk to me. It's like, clearly I'm not Carol. But yo, I get everything from loans Carol, your Amazon order is in. We need you to call. Carol, I don't know how to say this. Member, can everybody understand what a member is? Like a male member. Like if you ever watch Fear Factor, they had to eat like donkey members. Does everybody know what a member is? Like without me saying it, because I again, there's children watching. Like Robert said, there is a member watch. My gosh, there is a child watching, and I do not want to. I don't want to vulgarly say member just as well as if any other children could. Okay, so everybody knows what a member is. So I also get text messages for Carol. We could increase your member size by whoa, like what? We can increase it by 5 to 6 inches. And it's like, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Who is Carol? I would love to meet this Carol. Like, I mean, I'm just blown away. And it's every day. Every day. I can block the numbers. I have an iPhone. I can block the numbers. And it's every day I'm receiving all these weird text messages for Carol. I would like to know who Carol was, man. Carol must have been one of the most interesting people in the world, or the boredest person in the world, where it's like, I don't have one, but yeah, let me apply for it. It's cool. We're playing dominoes. She's not paying attention. Okay, well, again, I'm just trying to, like you said, she was watching. I don't want to be that dude. I use my out of state phone a lot because right. I mean, Bob, right? I don't have an out of state phone. I have one phone, and unfortunately, it was Carol's.
The phone number was Carol.
The phone wasn't. The phone's a brand new phone. But the phone number itself was Carol's, and I get spam so much. What else was I was gonna say something? Oh, Amazon. How many people order from Amazon? I guarantee most of you guys order from Amazon. I've actually diverted from using eBay a lot, and I do a lot of my purchases on Amazon. I have security cams set up around my house. I think I've done videos on both security camera setups that I have around my house. So this Amazon delivery driver comes. I also have a sign in front of my porch. Yes, eggplant. That's what I was referring to. A purple eggplant. Why do we refer to it as a purple eggplant? Does anybody's
There's probably no other emoji.
well, I mean, I carrot, but it's not. I don't know. The color just doesn't fit it. I get it, but that's just trending in emoji land, a purple eggplant. But anyway, where is this video going, man? Cars, drones, purple
We
eggplant.
talked
We're
about it.
talking about a purple eggplant right now. But Amazon driver comes. I have a sign out in front of my enclosed porch. I have two enclosed porches, a back porch and a front porch. They're both enclosed. There's no reason to leave my packages outside. None whatsoever, but they do it all the time, so I have a sign there. Put my package inside. And I'm not talking about my member package. See how this is just all tying in. I'm talking about my Amazon package. Put my Amazon package inside. It would be weird if the Amazon driver put my member package. How would he even have? How would he have access to it? We're done. Put the bam. Member. We're done talking about members. But put my Amazon package inside, man. It's really simple. My door's open. You could put it inside. But this dude, he didn't put my Amazon package inside. What's new? It happens all the time. I'm not getting mad about it. I have security cameras letting me know that it was delivered. If I'm not home and it's raining, I can let my wife know, hey, they just delivered. Can you go get the package before it gets sopping wet? I was home. So no big deal. Look out my window. This guy's in one of those MPV vans that they drive. I forget what the make is, but it's labeled MPV van. It's a very large van. It's much larger than my Astra van. If anybody's seen any of my flight videos at home, you could see the street that I live on is, dude, my house is the only house on my side. There's like 4 or 5 houses on the other side. The street's basically a single lane street. And I kind of park my van kind of half on the street, half off the street, which is the driveway. This guy decides to try to do a 3-point turn in between my vehicles and my neighbor's garage. Full-size van. I look out the window. This ain't good. This ain't good. 476 North coming up on Hazleton. You are? Driving near Hazleton? So this ain't good, man. He's trying to do a 3-point turn. I hear bang. I hear I go outside. He's just cutting around the back end of my Eldorado. He makes eye contact. He looks over. Makes eye contact with me. Doesn't stop at the stop sign, takes off. I hope he didn't hit my Eldorado. I hope he did not hit my Eldorado. Hypothetically, I mean, I guess he didn't hit my Eldorado, but he definitely scuffed my rear bumper on my Eldorado. Dude, my Eldorado's pretty much cherry, man. It's pearl white. So now I got scuff marks. Now I got scuff marks on the back corner of my Eldorado. Can I buff it out? Can I clean the scuff marks out? Will it look okay? It'll look okay. It's a normal eye. You might not be able to see it. My one chrome piece, which actually isn't chrome, it's plastic, which is set into the bumper, now has a hairline scratch on it. He scratches. So I called the cops. Cops came out. They made a report. They talked to the guy. He said, I wasn't aware. I did it. He didn't deny it, but he said I wasn't aware. So I called the insurance company for Amazon, and they're giving me a hosing. They're giving me a hosing, guys. They're like, well, if you want this repaired quickly, just file a claim through your insurance. No. My vehicle was parked on private property. It was not parked on public street. It was parked in my driveway, point period. Dude should have never tried a 3-point turn. I have the video of the dude dropping off my package, of him wearing earbuds, which he was probably wearing when he was driving, which is illegal in the state of Pennsylvania because it's obstructing your hearing from hearing. And that's probably why he didn't notice that he made some noise and bangs. How do I know he made the noise and bangs? Well, I initially came outside when he was doing it, so I kind of heard it. But my one camera also has audio recording. What type of stuff is that, dude? I order something from Amazon Prime, which never gets here on time. Anyway, don't even know why we do Prime anymore. And then I have an Amazon driver scuff my vehicle. It's terrible. Just terrible. It's ridiculous. Like, what is going on that you can't... You had one job. Drive the van and drop off packages. There was no reason to try to do a 3-point turn. Dude, even if he didn't want to go to the end of the street, you guys know, I have a large grass area. Where I fly my drones near my house. He could have drove in that. Turned around, and been on his way. Freeze and be damaged if left outside. I got batteries coming for my Spark. No, they won't. There's actually, if you go on Google, and you actually Google that, there's a scientific study that shows LiPo batteries handle really, really well in cold climates. Wait until the drones start flying to your house and dropping package. Dude, drones start flying to my house, and dude, I'm gonna set up nets. I'm gonna catch me an Amazon drone. I'm gonna have one of them. We're gonna take the battery out. We're gonna disconnect it. We're gonna mod it. J Drone's gonna be the first dude with an Amazon delivery drone. It's gonna be epic. It's made to carry packages. Payload on it's got to be amazing. No, I'm joking. Am I? Am I joking? I might be joking. I've thought about that considerably. Uh, what else do we have here? I was talking about something. Okay, drone batteries. So maybe 2-3 years ago, I had like 2-3 pallets of DM009s delivered to my house. Shelby H, what is going on? Bob, he said, I bet you will. It's been premeditated. Capturing an Amazon drone has been premeditated. It's terrible. Yeah, so I mean, I've had drones in my garage, which is not heated, out there for like 2-3 years. And occasionally I'll take one out. I do sell them occasionally. Occasionally I gift them to people. But occasionally I will take one out just for the batteries. And the batteries held up pretty good. Smirking, having coffee. I'm having energy drink. Kind of wanted to go crystal picking today, but I don't know if the weather is going to be conducive. It's definitely going to be warm enough. I haven't been crystal picking in like... maybe 2 weeks, and that's a stretch for me. I love crystal picking, man. It's like a modern day treasure hunt. Where in the world, I mean, Pennsylvania, obviously, Arkansas, there's a couple places. Where in the world can you go out and get crystals? It's crazy. The range on those Amazon drones must be amazing. How does that work? So, the range on an Amazon drone, I highly doubt that it's being manned by a person in a radio controller. I have to go click slate for my reptile enclosure. That's cool. Is this Shelby from Rockhounds? If it is, what's up with the fish? what is it, you like, you doing a fish hatchery type thing? I think I read a post where you got like minnows and other fish and whatnot. What's up with the fish? But yeah, so these drones that are going to be delivery drones, they're probably going to be on a waypoint mission. A lot of the Hubsan drones you can send on waypoint missions. A lot of the DJI drones you can send on waypoint missions. It's probably going to be a waypoint mission where it's going to send it to your house. It's probably going to have obstacle obstruction 360 degrees way all the way around. So hopefully it doesn't hit anything. Um, Obviously, I mean, there's probably going to be somebody like security guards. Like security guards sit behind a bunch of screens and kind of watch things. There's probably going to be a setup like that where there's going to be people sitting behind all these screens that are transmitting the drone FPV, but I don't think they are going to be individually manned by people. I think it's going to be a waypoint mission that's plugged into a computer that's going to send it to the drone. The drone's going to take off on that GPS coordinate. It's going to drop off the package. It's going to return to home. Don't quote me on that, but I can't see Amazon hiring hundreds of thousands of people with controllers because, I mean, there's just too much human error there. There's too much human error there. Like you said, it would have to have a ridiculous radio control range. Ridiculous radio control range. They're going to take away hobby, and that's a big part of what was going down with the hobby is money. Money always ruins it for the little guy. We're a little guy. I don't care what level you are. I don't care if you do. Oh, if you have $1 million, I guess you're not a little guy. But look, here's your benefit forward. $301,000. That's text message for Carol. If you just chimed in, Carol's the last person that had this phone number. If they fly over your property, are you allowed to do anything? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's the whole kamikaze thing, me capturing a drone. I'll touch on a drone in the air. Do not touch a drone in the air. That is your butt, and I'll tell you why it's your butt. But yeah, I can't see them just flying out. I was touching on something else and I just lost track of there. Oh, take away from the hobby. So yes, people with money, industries with money. I think Amazon is one of the highest collaborants, and I probably didn't say that right. In the world, and yes, if they want to get in the air, they are going to restrict the little guy. They are absolutely going to restrict the little guy. Ryan, aka D's nuts. What up, brother? That is my moderator. That is the only moderator I have. That's the only moderator I will ever have. And I never even thought about having a moderator. And he said something. It's like, okay, bam, you're a moderator. But you wouldn't stop a plane. Why would you stop a drone? And that's, you wouldn't stop a plane. Why would you stop a drone? Well, drones are smaller. It'd be cool to have the drone. It's my property. You can't fly over my property. That's the mentality on it. But if you take a drone out of the sky, it is the same penalty of taking a plane out of the sky. Go ahead and look up that penalty. You don't want that penalty. Even though the drone is not a plane, what you are doing, you are creating I forget what it's called, a projectile. You're creating a dropping projectile out of the air. It's actually protected just like a plane. It's protected like a plane. If you shoot down a drone, even though you don't own the airspace over your home, you do not own the airspace over the home, just like you don't own the mining rights under your home. The government at any point in time can come in and say, hey, 20 feet below your home, that's ours, just as well as the airspace over the home, that's ours, and they can kind of twist your arm and make you do things that you don't want to do. Heaven forbid that happens to anybody, but that's the truth of the matter. So if you take a drone out of the sky, you are going to get hit with the heaviest fine in the world if they catch you. Plain and simple, because it's protected. FAA protects planes just as well as they protect the drones in the air. That's only if it's registered with them. Exactly. But yeah, so I mean, that's, don't mess with drones in there. The kamikaze, woo, hold up, put the feet on, stop, whoa, yo, throw back, slide dad. So what? What? Where have you been, dude? Where slide at, dude? Hopefully you are good. I haven't heard from you in forever, dude. I build relationships with a lot of you guys, and when some of y'all fall off the map, I do. I think about you and I worry about you. And then when you crawl out of your tunnel, when you crawl up out of the rock, like slide at just did, it throws me. Slide at, dude. Happy to see you. Well, happy to hear from you. Obviously, I can't see you. The one guy who lived by the president's head in Virginia got in trouble for shooting at drones. Right. So I mean, it's your property. It's your stuff. Sure, if a drone's flying over your property, it's invading your privacy, which you might have a case if you can figure out the drone operator. But taking it out of the sky is absolutely not. Don't do it. If you take a drone out of the sky, you better have heavy pockets. You better have heavy pockets, and the possibility you might want to consider if you like eating chi-chis. Does anybody know what a chi-chi is? And if you do know what a chi-chi is, then he might have done some time. My neighbor yells at my drones. LOL. I swear he does. That's great. Again, if you're being innocent, cruising over people's houses, whatever, dude. Get over it, man. Obviously, you need to be safe. You really shouldn't be cruising over people's houses. But I mean, if you're just doing a flyover and you're not spying on somebody in a bikini and you're not spying in windows like everybody think every drone flyer does, you should be all right. You should definitely be all right. I don't know where I was going, dude. My brain just flopped. Chi-chis. Anybody know what a chi-chi is? You've probably eaten the main part of a chi-chi. Does anybody know what a chi-chi is? I'll let it go for 30 seconds. 29, 28. Chime in. Do you know what a chi-chi is? 25, 24. Bob says he knows what a chi-chi is. 20, 19. Anybody else know what a chi-chi is? 15, 14, 13. Ryan says no, thank goodness. 10, 9, 8. Bob says from jail. Yes, my good sir. So if you don't know what a chi-chi is, probably haven't been locked up before. If you know what a chi-chi is, you've probably done a little bit of time. So I love chi-chis. If I come home from work and my wife says we're having chi-chis, I know what a slam is. I don't know what a slam is, or maybe I do. Maybe it's called something different up this way. But if my wife says we're having chi-chis for dinner, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Under 250, I send her wherever I want. Chi-chi like the pet. No, chia. Not like the chia pet. Did anybody see the Snoop Dogg chia pet? Come on now. Come on, Snoop. What about a Fifi? I don't know what a Fifi is, man. Drop some knowledge on me. Casserole dish made from whatever ingredients you can get. Well, that's kind of what this is. That's why I heard fried ice cream for the first time. So check it out. What a chi-chi is. Chi-chi is ramen noodles, any type of meat source that you can get. So the meat's probably from lunch. The meat's probably from a tray that you got from lunchtime in jail. That you saved the meat, whether it be ham, mystery meat, sweaty Betty. If you don't know what a sweaty Betty is, dude, sweaty Betties, dude. If you get a sweaty Betty in lockup, man. I mean, I ate them. But why was the meat sweating? The meat was sweating, dude. It was greenish color. It was sweating. This meat, I don't know, dude. But basically, it's ramen noodles. Ramen noodles. Any type of meat source that you can source. Any type of cheese source you can source. Generally, you really don't have cheese in lockup. You don't come across cheese too often in lockup. So we would use Cheez-Its if somebody had Cheez-Its, and you kind of all go in on it. It's kind of like the stone soup type thing, where somebody brings different ingredients. That way, you could all eat hefty. Somebody has the ramen, somebody has the meat, somebody has, and you all throw it in. And you take this, you put it in a bag. You put it in a plastic bag, right? You put this food in a plastic bag. This is how you're cooking it. You put it in a plastic bag. You go over to the hot tank. We had hot tanks in lockup. That way we could have hot. They actually allowed us to have hot tea, or if you had instant coffee, which was cool. I mean, that's definitely a luxury that you definitely. It's a luxury. You're in lockup. Should you be able to have that? Probably not, but it is a luxury that they gave to us, that we had extremely hot water on tap, and that's also how you do your laundry.
if you mess up your drawers, if you like clean drawers a lot more than laundry service gets done, you use that hot water and a bar of soap and you clean them up. But so you take all these ingredients, the meat, the Cheez-Its, and the ramen, and you put them in this bag. You fill it with hot water. You tie it off. You let it sit. You squish it up a little. You let it sit. And after, I'm going to say it was probably about 4 or 5 minutes. We let it sit for about 4 or 5 minutes. Everybody gets their cut. And it was a nice cut, and it's really filling. Back to drones. See, we get off topic. We got off topic so far. Like, where you going with this, dude? We stretch so far off topic where we're talking about something, but it all ties in. It's like a good comedian with a joke where he tells multiple jokes, and at the end he all ties it in. And I don't do this on purpose, but it just happens like that. So you better like Chi-Chi's if you plan on taking a drone out of the sky or have heavy pockets, because the possibility of you paying a deep fine or getting locked up is great. So if anybody ever comes across to you, like if you're about ready to start a fight with somebody and you ain't never been in lockup and some dude comes up to you and he's ready, he's a skinny dude, a little bit wiry, a little crazy. And he takes off his shirt and is like, I love Chi-Chi's. Don't fight him. Do not fight him because he's in. He's going all in. He doesn't care if you're brolic or not. He's going all in. He doesn't care about the repercussions. He doesn't care if he gets locked up. He's a little bit crazy. Like, that's just a little J drone advice for y'all. If you encounter a dude like that, just walk away. They used to fly drones over some. Yes, they did that when I was in lockup last time. So last time I was in lockup, there's two facilities. There was the main facility, and there was the old MO building. Or no, there was the old drunk tank building. It was for people that DUIs. It was called the DUI building, which they turned into the MO building, which was minimum offenders. But basically, if you weren't doing like a 2 to 3 year stint, you got thrown over there. In the yard out there, yep, one day, dude. One day I would decide to go out to yard. You mind still run like a yes, my mind, ping, 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 runs like the old Atari Pong gang. It absolutely does, man. But yeah, so I mean, I didn't want to go out to yard. In the main facility where the fences were like 12, 13 feet up and 3 sets of barbed wire you got to go through, I went out to yard. Um, in the MO building, dude, the fence was only like 5 feet high. There was no chain link. There was a guard with a dog, but I'm pretty athletic. I stand over 5 foot tall. There's no chain link. I went out to yard once. I tried not to go out to yard because if you can gauge what I was getting at there, I wasn't doing a long stint. I mean, any more than a month is a long stint. Any more than a month, life is passing you by. It's a think tank. You don't want to be in there, but that's what I was looking at. But 5 foot fence. I'm extremely athletic. I'm extremely quick. I can probably get over that fence. I can probably beat that dog up and over that fence, and there's woods everywhere. I'll probably be good. So I limited. I never went out to yard in the lower facility just because I didn't want that running through my mind. I didn't want to be that rabbit. I didn't want to feel froggy and leap. But where was I going? Oh, the drone. Yeah. So the one time that I went out, sure enough, drone came over. It dropped the package. Dude, I'm watching it. And this was before I was in the drone game. This was well before I was in the drone game. Dropped the package. Dude, you never seen. It was like an inmate dog pile. Inmate dog pile. Now, but again, there's a guard out there. So nobody got to keep nothing. But it was interesting. It was really
What was in it?
interesting. I don't know. Nobody got to keep it. They did. There was a guard there. They should have
But they
dropped it
didn't show
off.
what was in it. Like it
No, it
didn't
was a
get open.
package.
Oh.
It was a wrapped waterproof. It was probably wrapped in duct tape or white Gorilla tape or something. It was white tape. But it was a package. And like, how dumb are you? You did not time that properly. What they should have did is at night. at night they should have flown a drone over and dropped it, because in the big facility, like there's some in a big facility. Anybody know the term flying a kite? Flying a kite is basically sending a message up to upper levels, up to different blocks in the jail. How do you do that? I mean, you can't do that. It's not possible. There's ways to do it. There's guys that have been in there for a while that move through the floors because the guards trust them, and he kind of does stuff for the guards, like watch people and deliver stuff and whatnot. But if you get to know guys, you can fly a kite. You can deliver a message to upper levels. When you're gonna review Simmer X300, when you send it to me, send that to me and I'll review it. I don't have the drone, so right now I have no plans on reviewing it. If you can get a contact and get me a drone, if you want to send me a drone, I'll review it. I've done that in the past for people. But yeah, so I mean, there was 2 ways to fly a kite. Get in touch with one of these dudes, or out in yard, go to a corner of the yard that is specifically known for flying kites. You drop your message in the corner, you put a rock over it, and you get word. And how do you get word to people? If you're not flying kites, if you don't know that dude, through the toilets. You talk through the toilets. It's weird. I'm dropping a lot of knowledge that maybe people don't know. But you, right, in case you ever get binded up, in case anybody ever takes a drone out of the sky, I'm giving you some survival knowledge, some insider edition knowledge. But you talk through the toilets. The toilets don't have water like ours do. They disperse water to get rid of stuff, but once you disperse the water, it's a hollow piping system. So you can literally talk through the toilets to people up above you and below you. But that's all you would have to do. If you didn't know that dude, you would talk through the toilet. Hey, smoke through the toilets too. We had a better way of smoking on the block. But I mean, that's all right. Whatever. I'm preparing you guys for taking a drone out of the sky. Going to play some Cyberpunk 2077. Have fun playing that. So what we used to do, again, this is all drone related. This is all drone related. Look forward to more videos. Definitely more videos will definitely be coming out. So if you're in lockup, don't ask how the cigarettes got there. There's a possibility they were boofed. There was a possibility a guard came in and got paid well. There's many possibilities that they got in there. Don't worry about it. You got them. No matter where they were in a plastic bag, and you're not getting anything when you're smoking them. What we used to do is we would take a long tube sock. We would take baby powder. We would fill the bottom part of the tube sock with baby powder, and we would have a lookout guy with a checker. We were allowed board games too. A checker, a Monopoly piece. And when the guard entered the block, somebody would throw the checker on the ground. It's very loud. You can hear it. And what we would do then, we would grab this sock and we would smack it against the walls. If you smack a sock full of baby powder against walls, obviously it's going to leave a little residue, but nobody really looks at that. But what it's going to do, it's going to aerate the baby powder, and you no longer smell smoke. That's the way we did it. So if you decide to take a drone out of the air, you're going to need this information. I should make a video. Taking a drone out of the air 101, the information you will need to survive in lockup. That's kind of where that went. But what else you guys got for me? I'm gonna wrap this up soon. Maybe get a RC video done. Maybe work on getting a drone video done. Maybe I'll go crystal picking. I don't know. Maybe take my wife to the gas station. She doesn't drive, so wherever she gotta go, I gotta go. Transportation. I am a what is that word? I'm a chauffeur. I am definitely a chauffeur. My brother wants more race spy video. I can't do it, dude. I can't do more race spy. I can't do it. That is like my Achilles heel of drones. The World Tech Toys Race Spy drone is essentially an SEMA X8 clone with a way cooler design. Super tribal, black and red design on it, dude. Super cool, dude. I tried to love that drone. I tried to like that drone. That drone was not sponsored to me. I bought that drone. I bought it from Boscov's. I think I paid $120 for that drone. Just flew like junk, man. Range was terrible. I ended up breaking it. Then I talked to World Tech Toys. I'm like, yo, I do this often. I try to pull some weight. I'm like, I'm J Drone. I'm gonna put you on blast if you don't hook me up, right? Your drone was junk, right? Dude, they hooked me up. They said we'll send you spare parts, we'll send you a spare body, this and that. So I did a transplant, and even after I did a transplant, it flew like garbage, man. I still have the drone, but I can't do it. I am sorry, I can't get back to that drone because it's a love-hate relationship. It's kind of like the Unique Breeze. Dude, it's a good drone, but for a while there, dude, I was ready to take a sledgehammer to it. The Wraith I've spent a lot of time with, and I'm ready to sledgehammer it, I promise you. But what else? Anybody else got anything? And I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Got to get the wife to the store. I actually have to take my member to the watering hole and get rid of some energy drink. Definitely got to do that in a less explicit way of saying it. Let's see, gotta go look forward to new videos. Bob, I appreciate you coming in. Happy that you are on the straight and narrow. Anybody else that's been here, you have some snow up there yet? We did the one day. I don't know if there's anything else out. We've only had one real good snow. My last video kind of showcased the start of that snow, the RC video where you could see it coming down. Other than that, we haven't really had too much snow. It's been pretty darn cold though. It's been averaging below 32 degrees, which is pretty darn cold. I need to go wash my he needs to go wash his squirrel food. His two squirrel foods. That's great. I love emojis, dude. Facebook, I am emoji king. I can talk a sentence with emojis. I absolutely love emojis. Gifts, I like me some gifts too. Love me some gifts. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to end this feed. Hopefully you enjoyed the feed. Anybody that's been in the big house, stay out of the big house. Anybody thinking about taking out a drone, don't do it unless you like Chi-Chis. Anybody that also has been clean and sober for a considerable amount of time, hats off to you. Stay that way. Anybody that may be struggling with any type of issues that need to get sobriety, use myself and other people who have chimed in here as a little bit of inspiration. I was the worst of the worst. I was the worst of the worst. I could promise you that. I was not a good dude, and I was a garbage can. I was a garbage can. Joe, happy you liked the live stream. Definitely appreciate you pointing out the vanilla pencil. J Drone here, aka the vanilla pencil. I think I'm gonna say that in my next couple videos. I think I'm going to say that. Like normally I'm like J Drone here. This is the X5C. J Drone here. This damn JX Buck. J Drone here. Nah, we're gonna do it. J Drone here, aka the vanilla pencil. Dude, it's gonna throw people for a loop. It's just gonna be so random. Yes, everybody, before this feed ends, we got 10 people here. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. It definitely does help the algorithm. Helps people to actually get in touch with this video. Slide down to Abyss again in this winter. Yeah, I mean, if I lose a drone, I guess we could do that. I took my son down in the Abyss maybe 2-3 years ago, just for a little physical labor, physical little physical activity, little phys ed with dad. We literally went to the bottom, went to the top. He was tired. He did it though. I was proud of him. He definitely did it. But all right, guys, I'm out of here. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Likes, I appreciate all the likes. Check out my other videos. If you have suggestions for other videos besides the Wraith Spy Drone, put it in the comments after the video's over. Thank you, everybody. Sly Dad, good seeing you. Jay, I appreciate you coming in. Perth West, if you're still here, appreciate you. Jack Chrome was in here. I think that's all the YouTubers that were in here, like the main YouTubers. If anybody else is a YouTuber, trying to be a YouTuber, and I don't know that, drop some knowledge on me. Definitely let me know. I'm always happy to give shout outs and try to help people grow. That's what I've been about. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for checking in. We are ending in 3,